Something really interesting happens when women get into their 50s. Today, I thought I'd share with you 5 things women over 50 start realizing, and I'm really curious to see how you will relate to some of these. So hey Zesties, before we get into it today, if you're new here, I'm Michelle. This channel is all about living life with zest and trying new things over 50. So let's get straight into this video today. 5 things that women over 50 start realizing that no one talks about. So number 1 is we stop caring so much about what other people think. Not 100%, well some maybe 100% depending on what you're going through in life, probably what life challenges you're facing. But generally speaking, we just stop caring about what other people think. For decades, we've been raising kids, we've been supporting partners, family, friends, working, running homes, trying to keep everyone happy. But by the time you reach your 50s, you start to think, I don't need to explain myself anymore. I don't need people to approve my choices anymore. And you can actually start really and truly living for you. Now, of course, I know what some people are going to say. They're going to say, I've lived that way my whole life. And some people have. But for many of us, we have been bound by the feeling of always trying to do what other people want us to do and caring what they think about the choices that we make. So when you get to 50, you suddenly realize, hey, I just don't care anymore. And it's so freeing. So I think you become less concerned about other people's judgment on you. You get totally more comfortable in your own skin. And you start making decisions finally based on what feels right, not for anyone else, but for you. What feels right for you, as well as considering everyone else, but what feels right for you. And I suddenly realized when this happened to me, how much time in my life I had spent worrying about what other people thought of me. And even though I know that they weren't thinking about me in most cases, when you stop worrying about it, it's just amazing. Very, very freeing. Number 2 is you start asking, what do I actually want? What do I want? I've been doing all of these things almost automatically or on the treadmill for so many years. I had a system, I had a life, I had something that worked, or I was doing this, I was doing that, or whatever it is that you have been doing for the past few decades. Suddenly you're like, okay, it's changing. It's just naturally changing. So what is it that I actually want now? And asking, even having permission, even imagining that you could ask that, it can be quite daunting. We've been so stuck with family and responsibilities and supporting everyone else's dreams. Suddenly we have the space to go, what about me? What about me? And for some of us, it can be that thought can be absolutely overwhelming, and it can make us just want to freeze and just keep going about life as we have. But with responsibilities becoming less, we have more time. We have more time to think about what it is that we might want moving forward. We've got so much time after 50 and we have so much experience, so we can do some of the things that we really wanted to do in the past. We can. We just need to give ourselves permission. We need to get through the fear. We need to have support. Retirement may be looming and we may think, what are we going to do with that time? What could we do with that time? There are so many decisions to make and it can be so overwhelming. But I don't think we realize that we get to a space where we can go, what about me? What is it that I want now? What do I want my life to look like from here on? Okay, so number 3. And number 3 is really tricky. It's really hard because I think you get to, I'm 55 and I'm sort of surrounded. I feel like I have been surrounded by this a little bit in the last couple of years or the last 3 or 4 years. So it is that you realize that time is precious. And one of the reasons that you realize time is precious is because you're losing people that you love. I've lost 3 parents in the last 3 to 4 years. We are now I lost my cousin last week. My husband, one of his best friends is not well. And so it's the time when you realize that time is so precious. Because your children have grown up, and I feel like when you have children, you measure things by, when I'll be this age and they'll be this age and I'll be doing this and they'll be doing that. And suddenly they're all growing up and suddenly time, you're like, oh my gosh, that whole window of time is gone. And it's really confronting. And you sit and you go, my children are all growing up, or they're almost all grown up. And you realize how fast time has gone, how fast it's going. And you go, time is so precious. How can I slow it down? How can I stop? Be in it for a moment. How can I stop this time racing by? So I think what we do instinctively, and I think what we start to feel and talk about more, is how precious our time is and how do we now want to allocate our time. We don't want to have people around us that are wasting our time. We don't want to be doing activities that we don't want to be doing. We don't want to be wasting time on gossip and things like that. We don't want to be stuck in jobs that we don't want to do. We don't want to be what else? I'm trying to think of other things. You might think of a whole bunch yourself, but time is so precious. We want to be using our time for the things that we love, for the people that we love, and for what we want for our life. And people, careers, and things that don't fit that, really, it's time to really reevaluate. Definitely a time to reevaluate. When you realize how fast time's gone by in the past, you don't really want to feel like you've sleepwalked another minute. You want to make sure you're living intentionally as you move forward. Okay, number 4, and this is something I am so passionate about, and this is what this channel is all about, and it is that you realize, and I hope you realize, and I hope you're here because you realize, and I hope I'm inspiring you to realize that you're not finished yet. No. We're 50, we've got a whole another 50 to go. Like, we're only halfway. And, I'm 55 and you might be older than me, but even still, 60s, 70s, and we can start with the way the internet, I've just got my computer down here, but the way that the internet is, the way we have AI now, all of the things. If we want to learn something, we can learn something so much quicker than it would have taken years ago. We can read whole books in like an hour because we can increase the speed. We can get computer programs that break down the key points of what you really need to learn about any subject. We can learn so quickly, and we have so much access to what we want to learn. So we can learn so much faster. So whatever may have taken maybe a year to learn before, you can learn so much quicker. And if it's a skill and you dedicate yourself to it, you can just get on top of that so fast. And I feel like this is what I'm so passionate about, because I feel like some women, when they turn 50 and they've been through menopause, and menopause can be brutal to many of us, and you can feel like, look in the mirror and think, who am I? And you can suddenly feel invisible, especially if you'll no longer have the responsibilities that you did that gave you that purpose. And suddenly you're going, what is my purpose? And you're questioning, like, who am I now? But I'm here to tell you that this is your time, and it's time to get curious about what you love. It's time to get curious about what you're able to do, because some of us have health issues at this age, and so we're restricted in some ways. But what can we do with what we have right now to fill our lives and find our purpose again? Let's get creative. Let's get curious. Let's want to try new things. Let's try a whole bunch of new things. Is it exploring style? Is it learning about makeup? Is it dressing up nice every day just because you can? Is it trying a new hobby? Is it doing your garden? Is it redecorating your home? Is it decluttering, starting a business, traveling more, researching topics that you love? So much potential, so much potential. And that's when you realize, hey baby, I'm not finished yet. And finally, number 5 is so important. You realize that you just want more joy in your life. And I think we realize at this age that joy comes from simplicity. Joy comes from the simple things in life. It comes from the hugs. It comes from the sunsets. It comes from the walks. It comes from observing. It comes from slowing down in some ways. It comes from having success by having time to try new things and finding joy in new things. You want to laugh more, you want to enjoy things again, and you want to feel super excited about life and find the joy, because we all know, we've lived long enough to know that life keeps bringing life challenges. And so when we're in a pocket where we're not having to deal with a major life challenge, or we're walking alongside a life challenge, we don't have to, but we want to find joy in every moment that we can. Sometimes that can just be through gratitude. Sometimes that can be just having coffee with someone special. Maybe that can just be jumping online and learning something, or connecting with someone online. It can be through so many things. Joy and excitement. I want to feel excited about my life. I think after 50 you go, I want to be excited. I want motivation. I feel a bit flat. I feel a bit, I'm not quite sure where I'm at, but I want to feel excited. I want to feel joy. I want to feel happy. I want to laugh. Yes, all of those things. So if you're feeling all of that and you are over 50 and you have felt some of these things or all of these things, then you're in the right place, because this is where we're going to talk about these things. This is where you're going to watch me try new things. This is where you can try new things with me. This is where we can start conversations, enjoy conversations, and get back to our best life, our zestiest, best life over 50. So that's the Heart of Zesty Girl, the young girl who lives inside you, who loves life, and she's still there, and she wants to do all the things that she dreamed of when she was younger. She still wants to do the things. And even if they're a little bit different than she imagined, she still wants to feel that joy. And remembering that life is just too precious to miss. Okay, so thanks for being with me. If you enjoyed this video, please give it the thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already, because it really helps the channel. And other than that, I will see you on the next video. See ya. Bye.